What's up everybody? In this video, we are going to talk about Ethereum and whether or not it is already, time's up for altcoins. Is it time to get out? Or perhaps is it time to hold on because things are about to recover soon? If you want to figure any of this out, you want to stick around till the end of the video. But otherwise, let's kick things off with this one little point, which is very important for everybody to know. Currently, there is a lot of panic in the markets because Bitcoin has broken this trend line and people are generally very worried that Bitcoin is going to, take a dump back to the 20k range. Now, is that very likely? Well, I made a video yesterday talking exactly the possibilities of that, as well as giving you my thoughts on where Bitcoin is on the macro. So you want to check that video out after finishing this video. But this video is going to be predicated on the fact that you do not need to worry much about, just altcoins or even Ethereum in general. Because if you take a look at the total 2, right? This is total 2, which is the total market cap of all altcoins, or rather like the top 100 or something altcoins, compared to Bitcoin, you can see that during the entire dump that Bitcoin was going through right there, altcoins have been, pumping instead. So altcoins are generally at the moment much stronger than Bitcoin. Not only that, based on this chart, you can see that altcoins currently have a higher low, higher high formation, right? It is still intact. In fact, at the moment, as of right now, it is trying to still make a higher high. In fact, it is also trying to break out of this trend line right here, which it has been rejected 3 times already. So at the moment, is altcoins looking bullish? Is it over for altcoins? I wouldn't say so, And yeah, it is entirely possible for price to get rejected off of this level right here to go back to the bottom trend line, just like how we were looking forward to Ethereum breaking this trend line and retesting and taking off. But clearly that is not what happened. We also hoped for Bitcoin to hold this trend line right here, but clearly it didn't happen. So in the event that Portal 2 decides to take a dump, we have to really figure out where the price of Ethereum is going to be, because Ethereum is the single largest constituent of Total 2. So wherever ETH goes, Total 2 tends to follow because there's just so much volume that Ethereum adds to this chart. And so you can see that the distance, right, to the bottom trend line, give or take, is about 3 to 4%. If Ethereum were to lose 3 to 4% at the moment, it's going to go back to 2600, right? At this block right here. This really adds up because during this entire pump up here, at least from the daily chart, you can see that there was imbalance left to be mitigated. So what is imbalance? It's basically when price takes a straight up move, it leaves behind a point of imbalance, such as that blue box right there, which we are in the process of filling in at the moment. And imbalances always get filled, by the way. And of course, this is just on the daily chart. If you take a look at the 4 hourly, you can see that that indeed has been filled to a certain degree. But either way, if we just simply take a look at the daily chart, you can see that this block right here is what you call a bullish order block. Just like how price eventually bounced on this bullish order block by a magnitude, by a degree of 6%, price is going to find some kind of bottom at this bullish order block as well. This is also the method that I used to determine that price was going to find a bottom here. And as you can see, price indeed found the bottom at this sort of zone of demand, if you would like to call it that way, and Ethereum pumped 50%. For a large cap such as Ethereum, that is nothing to scoff at. And currently, this block is the block to hold, because if you do not hold this block, then you're going to lose a higher low structure on the higher time frame. And when I talk about higher time frame, I'm talking about the weekly chart, right? You can see that this is your most recent swing low. Let me just zoom in. So that is your most recent swing low right there. The moment you break that, that means that you have just formed your first lower low, which is not pretty. And if you do form that, once you break that, you're going to come back up here to this bearish order block, because once you break structure here, this zone right here is going to become your bearish order block, which is somewhere give or take at $3,200. So what's likely going to happen if you break that structure is you're going to break structure to retest, and you're going to go even lower, potentially back to, if I'm just taking a look at the weekly chart here, this level sticks out to me immediately as a swing low. So a 1300 Ethereum is very likely if you break that low. So we, as bulls, we do not want to see that happening, but is there a chance of that happening? Absolutely. But if price were to come back here, what I will be doing is I will be buying instead, because if you just take a look at the heat map, you can see that, well, ever since this dump, the heat map support really disappeared at the 2600 level, and 2600 is the start of that order block right there. If you can see at the side here, right there at 2600. But now the heat map support is showing that people, when the whales are accumulating orders, you can see that the price is like the support is really at 2,500 at the moment. And so we have to take a look at 2,500. 2,500 is at the bottom of this bullish order block right here. So if we follow the heat map structure plus the daily bullish order block structure, Ethereum should hold like just 2,500, right? It shouldn't break below this low. And we do not want to see that happening if we want bullish prices for the rest of this year. So that is if Ethereum, right? That is if Total 2 takes a 3 to 4% dump, you can see that price adds up with that daily bullish order block. But what if we zoom out a little bit more and we draw this trend line right here? What if price dumps to that trend line right there? Assuming that it's going to take, I don't know, 40 days, give or take, then that's going to bring us back down to a 10% dump, right? Assuming that it takes this long. Granted, if it doesn't, then it's going to be 8 to 9%. So that's about 8 to 9% lower prices from current just Ethereum prices. And let's just assume that it's going to drop 10%. So that means that would put Ethereum back to 2,400. And is that likely? I don't know, but I'm giving you the numbers, and at least at the moment, these are the levels that you want to pay attention to. And I don't know if you watched the video that I made on Bitcoin 2 days ago, but I actually predicted that, you know, things were going to go down, and I gave you exactly the reasons why I think so. In fact, I gave you 3 just things that you can look out for every week to figure out if price is going to take a pump or if price is going to take a dump. And yesterday, if you were in the private Discord group, you would have caught a trade that would have made you 5R in 6 minutes, which means that if you had a $10,000 account, that would have made you $500, right? 5R is equal to 5%, depending on how much you risk. It could be 10%, it could be 15%, it could also be 2.5%, whatever. But if you want to get more trades like this, check out the private Discord group. The link is in the description box below. Not only are you going to get market updates such as this, which I've already posted to the Discord group like yesterday, but you're also going to be able to follow along with the trades of not just me, but my moderators as well. And if that's something that sounds like fun to you, check out the link in the description box below. If you're still here right now, I really want you to comment down in the comment section, alt, to prove that, hey, you know, you're one of the real ones that are serious about learning. I will make sure to acknowledge your comment. For now though, check out that Bitcoin video that I recommended just now. I'm sure it's going to be a very big help to you. May the gains be with you. Take care. Bye-bye.